Hello students of class 8. So far, the story so far is that we have seen that Valentine and Proteus got separated, the very inseparable friends, when Valentine went to Milan. And Proteus had written a letter to Julia, which Julia had torn up in anger, and then she wrote a much kinder letter. And while Proteus was reading that letter, his father entered the room, and just to make up cover that situation, he said that it was a letter from Valentine. And he made up a story saying that Valentine had become a favorite of the Duke, and he wants him to join in Milan. And father also decided that he should go and join in Milan. And then we see that there has been a change in Valentine. Valentine had fallen in love with Sylvia. But both Valentine and Sylvia loved each other, but the Duke, though he liked Valentine, but he wanted Sylvia to marry Thurio. And then we find that Proteus by that time had gone to Milan, and he was introduced to Sylvia. And Valentine, when they were alone together, Valentine tells Proteus that how his life has changed, how he has fallen in love with Sylvia. Not only that, the person who did not want to, did not like any talk about love, cannot think anything else but love. And then we find that Proteus, who was a very constant friend and an embodiment of a perfect lover, became a false friend and a faithless lover. Why? Because in the very first meeting with Sylvia, he had fallen in love with Sylvia, and he decided that he would take the place of Valentine. And he had some hesitation, but then he decided to betray his friend. Valentine imparted to him in confidence. In confidence means with full trust. Okay, the whole history of his love, and how carefully they had concealed it from the Duke, her father, and told him that, despairing of ever being able to obtain his consent, he had prevailed upon Sylvia to leave her father's palace that night and go with him to Mantua. So what else did Valentine tell Proteus? Valentine told Proteus that, yes, I am in love with Sylvia, but we are very sure that the Duke will never accept our relationship. So I have convinced Sylvia to escape from the palace, and this very night we will escape from the palace and go to Mantua. Then he showed Proteus a ladder of ropes, by help of which he meant to assist Sylvia to get out of one of the windows of the palace after it was dark. So not only this, not only did Valentine tell about the plan, he also showed how Sylvia is going to escape through one of the windows, and showed him the ladder of ropes. Okay, if you have seen ships, okay, where you don't have a harbor in that way, sometimes they use that ladder of ropes. And many a times you must have seen in films that it be being dropped down from even a helicopter or something, and people coming down. Uh, so that is a ladder of ropes. That is a ladder made of ropes. Upon hearing this faithful recital means description, of his friend's dearest secrets, it is hardly possible to be believed, but so it was, that Proteus resolved means decided, to go to the Duke and disclose the whole to him. So when Proteus heard that, Valentine was going to escape with Sylvia that very night and go to Mantua, and he even showed him the ladder of ropes. So Proteus already, made up his mind, okay, I'm going to go and tell this to the Duke. This false friend began his tale with many artful speeches to the Duke, such as that, by the laws of friendship, he ought to conceal what he was going to reveal. So, he made a sort of a drama in front of the Duke, saying that, what I'm going to say, actually, as a true friend, I should not say that. It is, it is not right on my part to say that. True friendship, I should keep it a secret. But that gracious favor the Duke had shown him, that is, gracious favor means the kind favor the Duke had shown him, and the duty he owed his grace, urged him to tell that which else no worldly good should draw from him. That is, he pretended as though, he was very hesitant to say whatever he wanted to say, though he had already made up his mind to tell that. But he sort of, made a pretense in front of the Duke that it is actually against true friendship to reveal that. But he doesn't want to keep the Duke in dark, because the Duke has shown him great favor, and he feels that it is his duty to inform the Duke about this, but actually he should not reveal such a thing. He then told all he heard from Valentine, not omitting the ladder of ropes and the manner in which Valentine meant to conceal them under a long cloak. So, not only did Proteus say everything to the Duke, he also mentioned about the ladder of ropes and said that how Valentine is going to wear a long cloak and hide it inside it. The Duke thought Proteus quite a miracle of integrity, in that he preferred telling his friend's intention rather than he would conceal an unjust action. So the Duke was very happy on Proteus, in that yes, he's a man of great integrity. He's a really loyal man, because they are great friends. He could have easily concealed it, but he didn't do that. So he is a very just person. Highly commended him means praised him, and promised him not to let Valentine know from whom he had learned this intelligence, but by some artifice to make Valentine betray the secret himself. So what the Duke said, that Proteus, you might be rest assured that I will never utter your name. I will never tell that it is Proteus who has told me, but by some means, means artfully, I will get the secret out of Valentine himself. For this purpose, the Duke awaited the coming of Valentine in the evening, whom he saw hurrying towards the palace, and he perceived means saw, somewhat was wrapped within his cloak, which he concluded was the rope ladder. So he saw Valentine, who was in a hurry, and he was wearing a cloak, and he thought that something was there inside. He had wrapped something inside the cloak, and which he thought that maybe it was the ladder of ropes. The Duke upon this stopped him, saying, "Whither away so fast, Valentine? That is, where are you going so fast? Why are you so in such a hurry, Valentine?" "May it please your grace," said Valentine, there is a messenger that stays to bear my letters to my friends, and I'm going to deliver them. So Valentine said that if you please excuse me, my lordship, I have a person who is waiting for my letters. I have to give those letters to my friends. So that is the reason why I am in a hurry. Now this falsehood of Valentine's had no better success in the event than the untruth Proteus told his father. So this was equally false, just as Proteus gave light to his father. Be they of much import? Said the Duke. So the Duke said, are they very important, these letters? No more, my lord, said Valentine, than to tell my father that I am well and happy at your grace's court. Valentine said, no, they are not very important, but just I want to let my father know that I am very happy here, and I have I'm happy and I'm quite well, and I have gained the favor of you, all these things. So we stop here today. We will do the rest of it, the last part of the portion that you have in the in the second unit, in the next class. Thank you.